We here at CBS 8 have a book club, and this morning we're doing an impromptu book date with 8. We are so excited to talk about all things bravery this morning as we dive into the newly released The Bravery Effect by Jill Schulman, a book that talks about facing your fears that hold you back from your achievements. To talk more about this newly released book, we have author and Marine Corps veteran Jill Schulman. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
So we usually every quarter talk about a different book. We invite viewers to read it. This one just came out a couple days ago, right?
It did, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this your first book?
This is my first book.
Okay, that's huge.
I feel like I've given birth, like a third child.
That's what I feel like all authors talk about, this literally being their baby, right?
It is. It's my baby. It's a labor of love.
So for viewers at home who are watching wondering what this book is about, just give us the elevator pitch.
Yeah, this book is about the science of bravery, and it's written as a parable. So many times, fear holds people back. I see so many talented, amazing people that allow fear to control their actions. So bravery is one of the skills that anyone can build, and this is a roadmap to help anyone build bravery to live their best life.
There's some people who say, I just am not born to be a leader. That's not, you know, I feel best when I'm kind of following the pack. Is that a good way to think of it, or do you believe that everyone can be a leader and can be brave?
I can say this with scientific certainty, because I'm the academic geek that has all the research behind it. Anyone can learn to be brave. And when people feel like I'm just not cut out for it, those are self-limiting beliefs. And that is the first step to building bravery, is to break free of those self-limiting beliefs using cognitive psychology. So yeah, anyone can be brave.
Did it feel like it took you joining the Marine Corps to be instilled with these values, or do you feel like this was something you felt since you were a kid?
Well, one thing I know is because bravery can be built. I was brave enough to go down the path to want to become a United States Marine, but the one thing the Marine Corps does for everyone is it makes you braver. Step by step, all of my training that I went through made me a braver, stronger person. So yeah, I was brave enough to want to go down that path, but I'm such a better person for serving as a Marine.
I mean, it definitely takes a certain amount of bravery, like you said, just in the get-go to sign up, and then going through the whole process. We're looking at some of the pictures.
Oh boy, blast from the past.
So tell us, I mean, when you left the Marine Corps, was this instantaneous where you were like, I want to write a book about this, or what happened post-Marine Corps? No,
I got out of the Marine Corps and I went into corporate America, where I worked for 15 years, and I started my own company doing leadership development, working with a lot of Fortune 100 companies. It wasn't until I went back to school to study the science of happiness and well-being.
Okay.
So I studied at Penn, and when I was researching or studying what are the things that help people live their best life, I discovered that fear was that secret thing that sometimes held people back. So I became so interested, and I dedicated my life now to researching, speaking, and writing on helping people develop bravery.
I'm curious because I've always heard the quantitative versus qualitative research that in some of the esteemed universities, they kind of frown upon studying things that are more qualitative. How do you measure happiness and fear and bravery? Did you run into that at all in your research of how do I present the science when these are emotions, these are feelings?
Well, qualitative research is still great evidence-based research. And when you look at the field of positive psychology, there's many ways that we measure their happiness and well-being. And a lot of times it's self-report, where people take these assessments to measure what is my level of happiness and well-being. And that's where when people learn to face the fears holding them back, keeping them small, they have higher levels of self-reported happiness and well-being as a result.
You did something big yourself to celebrate the launch of the book. Tell us about that.
So my biggest fear ever, Evan, I always told myself I will never jump out of a perfectly good plane. In fact, when I was a Marine—
Why, right?
Yeah, even when I was a Marine, I was too much of a wimp to go to jump school because I was too scared of it. So to celebrate the book launch, I have to practice what I preach. So yes, that is me. Right there, a couple days ago.
Just a couple days ago.
Just a couple days. Look, you should have seen, did you see my face there?
Oh my goodness.
I was terrified, but you know what bravery is? It's taking a step forward when you're scared because it matters.
I want people to grab this book, to read it, to understand your story. If people want to do so, what's the best way to do that?
Just go to my website, jillschulman.com. If they go there, there's a free assessment, a free Brave Action Guide they can get right away. And then, of course, you can buy the book anywhere books are sold, Amazon, etc.
Congratulations. Is there a part of this book that you cling on to the most in terms of like a story that you tell that you love in this book?
So the entire book is a parable.
Okay.
So the reason I wrote it as a parable is stories stick. So the entire story, and when people read a story, they have to get to the end. So the moment at the end is the most exciting. So you'll have to read it to find out.
Thank you for being with us this morning. We appreciate it. Congratulations on your first book.
Thank you so much.
Go grab The Bravery Effect. We'll be back after this.